What's crafting, guys? Welcome to episode 7 of my Minecraft series. As you can see, we've just built this building. I did take some advice from a few people and I've set up another account so that I'm able to do some visuals from the outside whilst I'm building, and I think it's turned out pretty well. Please excuse me, by the way. I've caught the dreaded school cold in our house, so my voice might be a little bit creaky, so I apologise about that. But I wanted to crack on with the episodes and get it all done for you all. But let's have a look around this building, and I'll show you what I've done. So I've decided to put an awning on the front. I wasn't too sure what sort of building it's going to be, so I've made it kind of a small tavern with a sign on the side. We go under here. We've got some table and chairs just sitting there. We go inside, and it's a very cute little place. Now, there is a reason why I put barrels up here. I'll click on this and I'll show you. I've got bamboo in there. Now, I've just done just a tiny bamboo farm. Oops, sorry. If you can take you up here. This is a basic setup like this. I think when I move on to different areas, so it avoids lag in this area, I want to make a flying machine bamboo farm, which I think is going to work out really nicely. But this will just let a small trickle of bamboo coming in. I've also chucked another bed down here. I'll probably chuck a couple more beds in here just so that the villagers got places to sleep. I've opened up these so that you can see over the bay as well. Now, I've tried a few different techniques. I wanted to make the overhang, so what I'll do is just after I've slept, I'll take you outside. We'll have a quick gander. So just follow me downstairs. It works as a little area, and it makes it have a sort of purpose, which I'm pretty happy about. Let's go out the back door. So we've got a little sort of fishing area / eating area. I think I'll mostly use this just to fish into the deep waters here. I'll just take you over this side as well, and we'll see. That is the overhang that I made out of trapdoors, and I think it works quite well and gives a nice little area. I haven't quite finished the chimney yet, but that's a pretty easy job to do. I want to probably, this building here I'm going to change out. I want to try to keep the same style, but just edit the bricks, edit the roof and the other bits and pieces, so we'll do that in a minute. Actually, what I'll do, instead of doing it together, I will bring you back once that's done. And yeah, so the market's working quite well. I managed to trap another villager inside. This time I didn't use the minecart method like you normally use, because you can actually lead up boats. So what I did was I got the villager in a boat, led it, put a lead on it, scaffolded up, and I was able to pull it onto the roof and place him inside. And I think that worked out pretty well, because now they're in there and it's working a dream. It really is. We are so close to finishing this area. I'm really happy how it's going. Oh, and I chucked in some of these as well, just so that I've got a sort of passive honey farm or honeycomb farm for my copper. That's the one, the copper. All these houses need to come out, so the next couple of episodes we'll be replacing them with other stuff. Maybe small other farms, or we'll figure something out for it. And we're also going, this episode, to build the boat. I've got an idea for it. Please bear with it for a bit, because it's a very unusual design, which involves paddle boat and steam powered, and because it's a steampunk area, but it's got a very sort of strange look about it. But let's see if we can update the map. I think I may have updated it already, but we'll have a look. Just a few little bits to add on. But yeah, there's the map. Obviously we built up this area. This little area up here needs to be gone and changed a little bit. I want to add the little fishing area, so what I might do this episode is just do that building there, we'll build the boat together and we'll have a little go at terraforming that area over there. And then at the end we'll go on a quick exploration to see where we're going to be building next. So let's crack on with it. And there we go. As you can see, I've kept it pretty much into the same style as what the old house was. I've used the same block palette as the villager houses. It looks the same from back here, but I have extended it by at least one block on one side, and this is because with this being a port and market, I want to do a marketer's house. So this is where we'll keep his books. I want to probably put a lantern on top. I would have a checking in book right here. On the inside, it's pretty much like the last house. I put a crafting bench on the floor as a sort of doormat. Got a bed and some barrels and bits, and another bed and a table and chairs. I've kept it to pretty much what it was before, but with the extra little bit of an awning, it looks pretty cool. Works out quite well for what it needs to. Used a little bit of the acacia trapdoors just to add a bit of a zing of colour. But it's pulling in the area pretty nicely now. So the more and more we develop this area, the more the normal houses will become these. I probably want to replace that one with a strip, or maybe just a small cottage. One layer, because this is quite tall. I've chucked some beds in there for some extra villagers as well. Let's update the map again. We'll see how it looks. Ooh, it's looking nice, and it's pulling the area in quite well together. As you can see, all the blocks, houses, the light roofs are the ones that we need to replace. But I think we're overall putting a nice stamp on what used to be a little villager area. So let's crack on with the new boat, the new cargo ship, which is going to go on the dock area. Let's go over here, we'll have a gander. I did make this little area a little bit better, tidied in. So what I've done is I've created some rocks, rock pools, tidied the area in quite nicely. This is a mixture of andesite, normal stone, stone bricks, mossy stone, and the lower you go down, the darker it gets. So we got the basalt at the bottom, and all the other ones. I always forget the names. There's so many blocks to choose from, but the darker ones always go underneath, and it gives it a nice little area and ties this section in a lot better. And this is something that I want to replicate over on that side where those villager houses are. Now it's time to crack on with the hull of the boat, and we'll do this in the form of a time lapse. Unfortunately, due to a technical error with my SD card, the cinematic version and the long distance time lapse didn't work, and I lost it. So I'm just placing down the decking for you and doing the last little bits to clean up it all up until we're ready to add the cabin and the engine. Coming to the end of this time lapse, I want to show you the image that I started with. Now it's time to crack on and place the engine. I've decided to use several different blocks for this, such as a smoker. I've used a couple of furnaces, the smelters, sorry, not furnaces. If you place them at different angles, it gives it quite a nice industrial, not cyberpunk, steampunky feel. Cyberpunk would be amazing, but it's not the feeling that I want to go with the area. But I placed, I think it was 5 or 6 of these, and they looked perfect for what would be the engine. I've also used the new automatic crafter for a little bit of extra zhuzh or bit of technology, but there is different angles when you can actually place this. As you can see, I've first placed it wrong, so I've got to get rid of that, and you have to go below to get it to a perfect sort of shape, because I want the sort of chessboardy look facing outwards, so it's like almost like a control panel. So as long as I go below it, and I'll go down in the deck, below the deck, and I'll get the right angle. If I place it down here, we'll see how it looks. So place it right there, and that's facing downwards. And it's such a good thing with the auto crafter. You can use it for decorative blocks, you can use it for pretty much anything. And if you do want to use it and it's facing down, it will go straight into your chest, and it saves on the wiring. So I'll place 2 of them, and I'm going to place those smelters back where they need to belong. Obviously they can just place it in the 4 different ways. But yeah, that's pretty much sorted now. Just got to take these out because I want it to be 3 by 2. So this is how large it's going to look. And then I've got to add 2 more on top. Once this is done, I'm going to start on the boiler. So with the boiler, I'm going to use copper. Copper will give it a lovely look. Once you get this built up, it'd be brilliant and give that sort of boilery look. And then I want to place down 2 chimneys, which is done with I think smooth basalt, and that gives it that sort of industrially feel with some fires on top. And here is the finished engine. Now to sort out the cabin. I wanted to build a sort of small radio tower on top with cables attached to the deck. So I did this with steel bars, and I think that's worked out quite well. I'm also going to use hamster wheels in various ways. Unfortunately, you have to get the right angle to get these facing in the right direction that you want to. So now that we've built the pilot's area, I don't know if it's called a pilot's area, the captain's area, that's the one. Now I've built the captain's area, bits and pieces on top, and we built the engine. How are we going to move this thing? Right, so that means we are going to have to create 2 paddle wheels for the sides. I want 2 paddle wheels, one there and one on the other side, so that they can individually be moved. That is what it would happen in real life, so that it can move left and right when it needs to, so different power can be sent to it. So I need to do that, and I know I'll be using them quite a lot, but I have put the hamster wheels at the side to give it that extra geary look. It's worked quite well because I've made some anchors at the side. So we've got that with one of the saws, a chain and a stone, and I think that looks quite a good anchor. So let's crack on with the first wheel, and I'll show you what it looks like from the side once I'm done. Now the parts list that I need is quite easy. It's quite a lot of copper, but what I want is 32 stairs, 16 blocks, 32 trapdoors, 10 rods, 2 buttons and 2 basalt. It seems quite a lot, but it should work out perfectly and should have a nice rounded shape to the wheel. So this one is going to be my central stone, and it's either, I think it's going to be too low, so let's take these out. So it's going to be, from the central point, it's going to be 3 down. So if I was there, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and I think number 3 will work quite nicely actually, because it will just touch. So So I want to build from this point here. And there we go, we've now built 2 water wheels on either side. I've added the extra little details. I do need to add some buttons on the side to make it have a connection, but I've worked out roughly where it's going to be on the inside. So let's get rid of this dirt block. This is just a placeholder. So there, I need to get rid of that, so let's just see if we've got a wooden block. Let's fill that in. So now what I need is a block that represents a sort of axle for the, well, not an axle, a pivot for the hole. It'll come in here, so I will need to make something that comes out of here, which I believe is the bottom of one of the cookers. So what I'll do is I'll create belts that come out of there and just attach it there, and then we can individually steer it. I also want in this area just to tidy up in here. This is just maybe, do you know what, I think I've got some these on. Let's just plonk a few down because it's getting very dark in here, and I don't particularly want mobs spawning anytime soon because of all the hard work I've just done. To say this is the second ship on this area. This is the more, well, I should say complicated ship. It's a more accurate ship because the other one is more like a wind cutter breaker sort of thing. So what I'll do is I'll take you out and show you how it looks from the side in a moment. So I believe the cargo ship is done. I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. I think it's missing a few little steampunky bits, but if you guys got any ideas, just give me a shout. I will probably fill this area in and just bring the platform out just a tiny bit, just to give the platform an area, and put a steering wheel, maybe some levers in there, maybe stick some more pipes dotted about, just to give it that extra little steampunky feel. But I'm pretty happy with how the actual boat's turned out, and for the first time building a boat in the water and something steampunky, because this ship is completely different to this ship. I'm pretty happy. On here we need to put some more cargo and bits and pieces. Not 100% sure on it, but if anybody's got ideas again, just give me another one. But following it down, this area is the one area that needs to be addressed. So I'll bring you back in a moment and I'll show you what I've done. And with the final little bits added, just there you go. We've got a little storage area, a little area for the dockmaster, some storage. I'm going to change up the ground a little bit between episodes, but I'm pretty happy with how everything's turned out. It's brilliant. It is, yeah. Obviously I need to get rid of these houses and stuff, but the pace in this area is slowing down a bit, and I want to sort of move on and do some more redstone contraptions with you all and have a look at what we can create. But with the area pretty much as it is, I've pretty much crammed in as much as I can. So I'll give you an aerial look at this once I've shown you the new area where we're going to end up. So follow me on this quick journey. And this is it. I think it's perfect. It's got a quarry look from all the different angles, means we can build more generators, like stone generator, basalt generator. We'll do a little moss farm down there because yes, we all need the moss farm, and it'll create more bone meal as well. It's very steep, so next time I'm probably going to be creating stone platforms with paths down. Just going to leave all the way down to the bottom, and we'll be working on steampunk machinery going through to the mountains. Maybe a small power dam just there where the water is, because that will come really helpful. And yeah, this is the area that will probably be started in the next episode, or possibly the one afterwards. I'll give you a quick sneak peek. It's going to have what I want as a mega storage system, and that's what the city is going to be based around, is the mega storage system. And then we'll probably have smaller farms off the back creating stuff, possibly a wood farm there, because I could do several different machines that could create several different blocks. But that is the envision. I do have a picture, and I say it's a picture, it's more of a little map of how I want things to turn out, so I'll quickly show that up now. So guys, we're going to start off next episode in this area where we're going to build lots of stuff. It's perfect for what we need it to happen, and I'm always going to go visit the farming area when I need supplies, and I'll edit it and add extra little bits to it between episodes. I'm going to leave you guys with a cinematic of the farming area. And guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay crafty! If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out these past episodes.